Ranching neighbors, I'm down on the farm's Larry Marble. It's time for the 1245 edition of our program. We appreciate you listening. Of course, it's the 16th day of the 9th month, 2021. It's a Thursday. Let's talk quickly about ag weather. Let's utilize the San Angelo office of the National Weather Service to pick up on what's going on up here in the northwestern corner of down on the farm country. Mostly sunny. East to southeast winds 5 to 10. 92s in Abilene, San Angelo, and Sonora. A 91 in Ozona, a 93 in Junction. Tomorrow, Friday, looks like we'll have lows 67 to 68, highs 95 to 97. Neighbor, as we travel a little further in to down on the farm country, let's check the National Weather Service office for Austin and San Antonio. Looks like a 98 in Uvalde, a 94 in San Antonio, and a 93 over in LaGrange, Gonzales, and Cuero. You folks down in Carrizo Springs, 97, pardon me for clearing my throat, neighbor, or Pleasanton, you've also going to have a 97. So there's a good look at ag weather across down on the farm country. Neighbor, let's take a look at our commodities of ag interest. I tell you what, I'll pour us our first glass of iced tea, and we'll look at those commodities. December corn, $5.31 even money, down 2.5. November beans, $12.93 and a half, down 1. Bean meal, the December contract's up $3.60 by the ton at $3.44.20. Hard red winter wheat, the Kansas City product, down a quarter at $7.15 3/4. December live cattle down 50 at $128.95. October feeder cattle down 12.5 at $156.62. December lean hogs up $147 at $73.70. December number 2 cotton down 67 at $92.70. December U.S. dollar index up 346 points at $92.88. And your October West Texas intermediate crudes up 62 at $72 even money. Neighbor, there's your commodities of ag interest. Here in a second, we'll go to the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network, see what feature they have, who's at the mic, and what the topic is. But we'll do that after this word from your local Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to find an insurance agent who's a true neighbor. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Texas cotton production takes a big jump. I'm Kerry Martin with Texas News and Views on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network. The Texas cotton production forecast shows a big jump in both cotton acreage and production this year compared to a year ago, which was expected given the weather situation. USDA forecasts our cotton acreage at 5.25 million acres. That's up 64% from last year. Total production expected to be 8.6 million bales. That's an 88% increase from 2020. Texas A&M cotton marketing specialist John Robinson says the biggest surprise from USDA was the 100 pound per acre increase in yield.
This is a bold change in the numbers. It is based, as I was hoping, what I'm used to this time of the year. They go out in the field and do what they call objective field sampling. They go out and count bulls. And they went out, according to their report, they went out in Texas and sampled around 500, took around 500 samples out in the field. You know, I guess they probably go to a meter of row and count all the bulls and measure them and whatever. And they plug that into a formula, and they're coming up with a very large yield and a very large month-over-month adjustment. A lot of people are going to find that somewhat hard to believe.
Especially when you consider the drop in USDA's Texas cotton crop ratings over the last couple of weeks. At one point, 68% of our crop was rated good to excellent. However, in the most recent report released on Monday, that number had dropped to 58% good to excellent, with 36% rated fair and 6% rated poor to very poor. It has been a good year for Texas pecans.
Dr. Larry Stein, a horticulturalist for the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service, says pecan growers are expecting above-average quality and yields this year thanks to spring and summer rains. He says pecan samples have had a good nut fill and trees are in excellent shape. While a warm, wet spring and summer has been good for pecan fill, it's also meant some diseases like scab and heavier infestation of stink bugs in some areas. Scab can cause lesions on pecan shucks and interfere with nut fill. Stink bugs can cause a bitter taste. The good news is most commercial growers maintain aggressive monitoring and control regimens for insects and diseases. For the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network, I'm Jessica Domel.
Texas corn growers expected to harvest a bigger crop this year. The latest forecast, 238 million bushels. That's up 3% from last year. Statewide yields expected to average 140 bushels per acre. Total acres harvested for grain expected to be 1.7 million acres. That's down 6% from last year. I'm Kerry Martin on the Texas Farm Bureau Radio Network.
Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has protected fellow Texans with auto, home, health, and life insurance since 1952. With more than 260,000 square miles of land and 27 million people, that's a lot to cover. Whether you're wrangling cattle or wrangling kids, we're proud to protect Texans in all Texan ways of life.
Visit Texas Farm Bureau Insurance today at tfbinsurance.com to get insurance for Texans by Texans. Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Neighbor, it's lunchtime. Hop Sing is serving chicken fried steak, jalapeno gravy, Nanny's yeast rolls, and a cold cucumber salad. I'll pour the Black Label iced tea and a cup of coffee if you prefer. We just prefer you travel with us while we eat down to Seguin. Head north on 46 and talk to Cousin Brian Lintzman. Cousin Brian, how'd the sale go this week?
Sale was good, Larry. Ended up with 867 head of cattle. I would call the market steady, but it's that time of the year where you're getting in these 1.5 and 2 class cattle. You can start seeing they're not backing away from them, but they're softening them up a little bit. We talk about it every year that we know it's coming. It's just, man had an opportunity to sell them here 60 days ago and ring a bell, but now we're going to have to take a discount on some of these cattle. But those good 2 to 3 weight steers, $1.50 to $2.06. 3 to 4 weights, $1.26 to $2.06. 4 to 5 weights, $1.31 to $2. 5 to 6 weights, $1.24 to $1.57. 6 to 7 weights, $1.22 to $1.45. With those big steers, those 7 to 800 pounders, bringing from $1.09 to $1.43. When you go to the heifer mates, 2 to 3 weights, $1.40 to $1.90. 3 to 4 weights, $1.28 to $1.64. 4 to 5 weights, $1.23 to $1.55. 5 to 6 weight heifers, $1.22 to $1.45. 6 to 700 pound heifers, $1.20 to $1.48. Cow market steady as she goes. I mean, you know, usually here late September, October, they're already backing away from us, but hell, we're still hanging in there with those good top end of the cows bringing 80 cents and the top end of the bulls bringing $1. Sold those young cows today from $650 to $1,075, with the pairs bringing up to $1,200. So the replacement market, just a good demand for them. Sheep and goats, I guess with that storm that came along the Texas coast, the boys out there towards Houston, they kind of backed away from sales because they didn't know how it was going to be, but they were here today. You know, they didn't have near as much rain, and they came out strong. Those good nannies bringing from $150 to $270, with those good kids bringing up to $370, $4 top end. And when you get to the door per ewes, from $150 to $235, and those good lambs bringing from $280 to $330. So nothing wrong with the sheep and goat market.
You know of anything for next week?
Well, we got another possible sellout on a set of cows, and it's going to be a damn good set of cows. But like I said, I got to take a look at them first, and we got to figure out the logistics. And when I find out more, I'll let you know.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Brian.
You can give us a call at 830-379-9955, or you can call me on my cell phone at 830-305-0652.
Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil fill pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, and 16 and 24-inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Piping Cattle. Neighbor, the Cowboy crew's finished with eating lunch, so let's send them down to Caldwell to help Carl Herman distribute cattle that were sold yesterday. Carl, put them to work, but get them back tonight. I got to work them again tomorrow. Tell us how you sold cattle.
You know, Larry, we had more cattle than I thought we were going to have. We had almost 1,000 head yesterday for 144 consigners and 48 buyers on a steady calf and cow market. We had over 150 cows and bulls yesterday. Slaughter cows 30 to 74, slaughter bulls 60 to 95, stocker cows 775 to 12 and a quarter, and no pairs. On the calf side, on the steers, 2 to 3 weights 170 to 197. 3 to 4 weights, $165 to $2. 4 to 5 weights, $150 to $197. 5 to 6 weight steers brought $135 to $157. 6 to 7 weights, $130 to $160, and the 7 to 8 weights, $123 to $135. On the heifer side, 2 to 3 weights, $130 to $165. 3 to 4 weight heifers, $136 to $190. 4 to 5 weights, $136 to $195. 5 to 6 weights, $134 to $162, 6 to 7 weight heifers, $130 to $180, and the 7 to 8 weights brought $117 to $129. So overall, we had a good day. Got a lot of cattle coming in next week. I know of a couple of hundred right off the bat.
Good.
So look for another good sale.
All right, we'll talk to people about more of what's coming this next week. In the meantime, Carl, if folks want to hear it from the man, tell them how to get a hold of you.
Okay, my number is 979-820-5349. Call the barn, 567-4119. If you're in the Giddings and surrounding area, you call Max Ebner at 540-8676.
We appreciate you. Thank you a bunch.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, remember, come on back this afternoon. Hop Sing will have Kolach at 3:45, and don't forget, grab yourself a bottle of water. Don't want you to get dehydrated out there on the farm or ranch this afternoon in the field and pasture. Neighbor, let's take a look at those grains, courtesy of John Tuggle. Number 2 or better, Milo through Corpus Christi in September, D's plus 65, 10.69. Houston, D's plus $1, 11.31. Progresso, 10.80. Yellow corn through Corpus in September, D's plus 80, 613.5. Houston, D's plus 45, 578.5. And Progresso, $12. Hard red winter wheat through Houston in September, D's plus 70, 786. And we'll call beans through Houston, September, October delivery, November less 20, 1274. Neighbor, let's take a look at Texas cotton, see if we can find you a price quote from the USDA. Looks to me like we moved only 700 bales of East Texas, Oklahoma, 90.42 to 93.52. Neighbor, that's it for the best darn farm show in 100,000 square miles of the great state of Texas. No brag, just fact. I'm Larry Marble. Neighbor, we appreciate you coming down the lane and having a big old heap and helping of ag information with us.